This gives you an idea of the route we'll be traveling on Amor Lake of the Sayward Forest Canoe Circuit. We're looking at about 1.5 kilometers of paddling to that first beach, which is a really nice camping spot. Now when you're traveling through the Narrows, you have a choice here. On the opposite shore, the west shore, you have 3 beaches. Usually one of those beaches is available for camping. We're closest to Sterling Island if we stay en route, which has room for 1 tent, and it is a popular spot. The second spot is the Big Island, and it has a fair amount more room. It's got room for probably 3 tents. Then you're looking at the third island. It's another small island, and it's usually a very popular spot as well. From the third island, it's about 1.5 kilometers paddling to Canoe Head. Now if you travel up the west arm and about 200 meters up the creek, you have the Amor Lake recreation site. It is a road access RV spot. This is good to know if you had to get access to the road for help. At Canoe Head, you have 100 meters of portage to get into Surprise Lake. There is an upper and a lower camp spot, so there's a fair amount of room to camp. I've been paddling and fishing the lakes of the Sayward Forest for the last 25 years. I've actually paddled the circuit 4 times. In the last 5 years, I decided to film the circuit, first kayaking it and then paddleboarding the route. I've enjoyed the many stories I've been told by fellow paddlers on the circuit. As I listen and learn, I realize we all have one thing in common. Maybe for all of us, we can be the wardens of this paradise, to keep this area as pristine for the future generations as we would keep it for ourselves. Just looking at this float here with the table and a bench on it on the end there. This is that first beach that you camp on. It's high water right now, so you can see that a lot of the beach isn't exposed, but this is going to be nice in the summer. That kind of adds a little to the beach here for camping for those people on the Sayward route. One thing you can expect on the Sayward route in the spring, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and you'll probably see a change. There is a campsite that is behind me that is off the circuit route and is to the north. It is 1.5 kilometers of paddling to a large white sandy beach. Because it is out of the way, it is usually vacant. Looking to the south, you can see Sterling Island, which is one of the more popular camping spots on Amor Lake. During the busier summer months, you'll probably not find this camping spot vacant. West to the right of me, on the far shore of Amor Lake, there are several really nice beaches that you can camp on. As I mentioned earlier, weather changes on the lake are fast and frequent, but it doesn't get much better than this. This is the Big Island, and there are several spots that you can camp on this island. Both the spot that I'm facing as well as the small bluff on the opposite side. Because I've chosen to take the shortest route to Canoe Head, we're going to miss those 3 beautiful beaches on the opposite shore to the west. What makes Amor Lake so interesting is the many islands, beaches, and coves throughout the lake. At this time of year in the spring, the rainbow and cutthroat trout fishing can be very productive. I have caught 12 to 14-inch fish while fly fishing, but I have seen larger fish being caught by other fishermen while trolling deeper. Looking toward the west finger of the lake, at the very end of that finger, there is a creek. If you paddle several hundred yards up that creek, you will come to the Amor Lake recreation site. We're now coming up to the third island, which during the busier months of the summer has signs of no vacancy on it. This is the third island here that is popular for camping. It probably is as popular as Sterling Island there, so I just call it Third Island. We're now paddling toward the south end of the lake to the canoe head portage and camping spot. And if you notice, the wind's picked up again, but as I mentioned earlier, just wait another 5 minutes and it'll probably change. So we're coming into Canoe Head here. As you can see, there's our sign. And we're going to be taking the short portage up to Surprise Lake. There's 100 meters of portage from the Amor Lake pullout to the launch spot at Surprise Lake. There's no shortage of room to camp at Canoe Head. There is camping at the Amor Lake pullout and at the Surprise Lake launch area. On the Sayward Forest Canoe Circuit, we have come to the end of the Amor Lake leg of the journey.